Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala wa ba'd. My brothers and sisters, with respect to the Quran, as I mentioned to you, do read the Quran more in these 10 days. Try to read some translation of it if you need to do that, if you don't understand the Arabic. And for those of you who need it, this is also an opportunity to learn to recite it correctly. For many of us, there is no age to learning, and also nobody can say that I recite so perfectly that I don't need to learn. I have seen with the best of them that when you recite before a qari, then he always is able to point out to you things that you could have, that you can or should say a little differently, which makes it more correct. Please understand that the focus on tajweed of the Quran is a very critical element of the preservation of the Quran. If our Salafus Salihin had not been so particular about how exactly everything is to be pronounced, then it is very possible that by the time the Quran came to us in 13th, 14th centuries, it would have been corrupted. It would have got changed. In Arabic, mispronunciation in some cases will change the meaning of the word itself. But even if it didn't change the meaning, it would still detract from the quality of the recitation. So do try to learn how to recite the Quran correctly. We have time in these days, so let us try to do that. So read more correctly, and then read the meaning of it. While you are reading the meaning of it, focus on things which lead directly to amal, to effort. Don't get involved in arguments with anybody about any matter in the Quran. Even to clarify doubts and so on and so forth, ideally keep it for after Ramadan. In Ramadan, just read the meaning and try to understand what you are reading and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to us, and focus back in your life and say, how can I change my life in a way where I benefit by changing my lifestyle, right? So please do that. Focus on the Quran with the intention of implementing it in your life. And very important while you do that is to continuously and constantly make dua. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for faham, for understanding. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for istiqamat in the amal, in the implementation of it. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you to understand the Quran and to bring it in your life. I ask this for myself, I ask it for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to live by the Quran al-Kareem. And remember, in this, when we say live by the Quran al-Kareem, we mean follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sayyidah Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu anha, as we know in the hadith, when she was asked to say something about the Quran, to say something about the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she said, he was the living Quran. He was the physical manifestation of the tafsir, of the meaning and the explanation of the Quran. Anything in the Quran that you wanted to know how is it to be applied, where would you look for it? In the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So let us try to emulate him to the best of our ability, and so that our lives also become full of khair and barakah. My brothers and sisters, Ramadan comes to connect us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Quran is the speech, is the actual speech of Allah. It is not a created thing. This is the closest that we can come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this life. So let us use this month to get connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Jalla Shanuhu, so that our lives are illuminated with the nur and the power and the glory and the majesty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you and to give you sharaf sadr and to open your hearts for His kalam and to fill your hearts with the kalam of His nur and to allow this nur to permeate into the whole of your lives, inshallah. वसल्लल्लाहु अला नबील करीम व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि अजमईन बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन।